Welcome to Body Signals Lab. In our previous video, we talked about a state that many people quietly live with every single day: chronic fatigue. Not the kind of tiredness that comes after hard physical work. Not the kind that disappears after one good night of sleep, but the kind where you wake up already exhausted, even after sleeping enough hours the night before. We explored something very important. The issue isn't how many hours you sleep, but whether your nervous system truly allows your body to recover. And today, we're going one layer deeper, into another nervous system signal that many people experience, but rarely understand correctly: difficulty entering deep sleep, being easily startled, and sleeping without feeling truly rested. Many people tell me that they do sleep. They go to bed on time, they close their eyes, sometimes they even sleep continuously for 6 or 7 hours. But the sleep feels light. A small sound is enough to wake them. A door closing, a phone vibrating, or even just an internal sense of unease. In the morning, they don't feel like their body was ever fully set down during the night. They often describe it as if the body slept, but something inside stayed on guard. To understand this, we need to return to a biological principle we mentioned in the previous video. The nervous system is always asking one question: is this environment safe enough to let go of vigilance? If the answer is uncertain, the body will not allow deep rest. You may be asleep, but it becomes stillness, not recovery. Deep sleep, the stage where cells repair, hormones rebalance, and the brain restores itself, only happens when the nervous system shifts into a safety state, also known as the parasympathetic state. But if the nervous system maintains a baseline level of alertness, sleep stays shallow. The brain never fully powers down. The body never fully releases. The system keeps listening to the environment. This is why many people startle easily in their sleep. Startling is not a problem of the ears or the muscles. It's a protective reflex of the nervous system. When the system doesn't feel completely safe, it keeps reflex pathways ready. Even a small sound can activate the alarm response. The body reacts before the conscious mind even understands what's happening. What's interesting is that many people no longer feel stressed. They say, "I'm not stressed," but the nervous system doesn't operate based on subjective feeling. It operates on accumulated data. If you've lived for a long time under pressure, work demands, responsibilities, ongoing worry, unstable environments, the nervous system learns to maintain vigilance as its default setting. You may not feel stressed anymore, but your body is still operating in protection mode. In this mode, the biological priority is not recovery, it's survival. And when survival is prioritized, deep sleep is delayed. The body does not allow a full system shutdown if it does not yet feel safe. That's why difficulty entering deep sleep is often accompanied by subtle signs. The shoulders and neck hold quiet tension. The jaw tightens unconsciously during sleep. Resting heart rate stays slightly elevated. Breathing becomes shallow. Many people wake easily around 2 or 3 a.m. These are not separate problems. They are expressions of the same nervous system state: hypervigilance or prolonged baseline alertness. When this state continues for months or years, the body adapts. It begins to treat heightened tension as normal. And when that happens, you may no longer recognize that you're tense. But your sleep still reflects the truth. You sleep lightly. You startle easily. You wake unrefreshed. It's important to understand that this is not your fault. It doesn't mean you're bad at sleeping. It doesn't mean you're weak. Your body is doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect you. If the nervous system doesn't feel safe, it will not release vigilance. And without releasing vigilance, deep recovery cannot occur, no matter how long you stay in bed. When we understand this, the way we relate to sleep begins to change. Instead of trying to force deeper sleep, we start asking a different question: what is preventing my nervous system from feeling safe? It could be the pace of life, an unpredictable daily rhythm, blue light exposure, noise, unprocessed pressure, or simply that the body hasn't received enough signals to power down. Deep sleep recovery does not begin with sleeping pills. It begins with restoring biological safety. When the nervous system feels safe, it naturally allows deeper rest, just like a soldier who can only sleep deeply once they know their shift has been relieved. Solutions. When sleep isn't deep because the nervous system doesn't feel safe, begin by returning to the same starting point we explored earlier. You cannot force the nervous system to rest. You can only create the conditions that allow it to let go. Just like a guard on duty, you cannot command them to sleep while they still believe the area is unsafe. You have to make the environment secure enough for them to set their weapon down on their own. The nervous system works the same way. Deep sleep recovery does not begin in the bed. It begins in the nervous system state you carry with you throughout the day. Many people try to fix their sleep with herbal teas, sleep music, or sleeping pills. But if the nervous system remains continuously activated during the day, it cannot fully power down at night. It helps to gently ask yourself, do you work nonstop without breaks? Do you live in constant reaction, deadlines, pressure, urgency? Do you have very few moments where you truly feel you don't have to stay on guard? The nervous system needs pockets of safety during the day to relearn how to release. Very small things. Taking 5 to 10 minute screen-free breaks, slow walks outside, deep breathing, doing one task at a time, all send biological signals that say, right now is safe. Alongside this is restoring a stable circadian rhythm because the nervous system is highly sensitive to unpredictability. Sleeping at different times every night signals an unstable environment, so you don't need to sleep earlier immediately, but you should aim for relatively consistent sleep and wake times, staying within about a 1-hour variation, waking at the same time even on weekends, and especially getting natural morning light. Morning light helps synchronize melatonin, lower nighttime cortisol, and signal a stable biological cycle. The 2 to 3 hours before sleep are a transition window. If you're still working intensely, consuming negative news, using bright screens, arguing, or engaging with stimulating content, the nervous system remains in vigilance mode. Instead, warm lighting, a warm shower, light reading, slow music, and reduced blue light help shift the system into parasympathetic mode. The recovery state. Another direct and powerful tool is breathing, because the breath acts as a manual switch for the nervous system. Fast breathing activates vigilance. Slow breathing activates recovery. A simple practice is inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 2, exhaling for 6, repeated for 5 to 10 minutes before bed. Longer exhales send strong biological safety signals. Releasing accumulated muscle tension is also important because many people lie down to sleep while the body still holds subtle tension in the shoulders, neck, jaw, and back. And the nervous system reads muscle tension as danger. Gentle stretching, slow yoga, body scan relaxation, or progressive muscle relaxation before bed help the muscles release, and when the muscles let go, the nervous system follows. Your sleep environment also matters. A dark room, cool temperature, minimal noise, no flickering light. A lightly weighted blanket can help reduce startle responses by creating a sense of being held and safe. Stimulants should also be adjusted. Caffeine after 2 p.m., nicotine, alcohol, and high sugar intake at night all make it harder for the nervous system to power down. Alcohol may make you fall asleep faster, but it disrupts deep sleep, leaving many people thinking they slept well when the brain never truly recovered. On a deeper level, the nervous system also responds to chronic background stress, quiet worry, unstable living environments, financial pressure, relational tension. You may not consciously think about these before bed, but the body still carries them. In those cases, journaling, psychotherapy, somatic safety practices, or trauma-informed therapy may be necessary, and this is not weakness. It is nervous system biology. In certain situations, intense startle responses, vivid nightmares, rapid heart rate during sleep, sleep apnea, or panic awakenings, it's important to seek professional evaluation from a sleep specialist, neurologist, or psychiatrist because the issue is not always lifestyle-based. The core principle to remember is this: you don't fix sleep, you restore nervous system safety. When the nervous system feels safe, sleep naturally deepens, the body restores, the brain repairs. Deep sleep is the outcome, not the forced goal. If the previous video spoke about fatigue, because the nervous system wouldn't allow recovery, today's video goes deeper into shallow sleep, because the nervous system hasn't released vigilance. These two signals almost always travel together. And if you recognize yourself in these signs, please remember, your body is not broken. It has simply been protecting you for too long. Recovery doesn't begin by forcing deeper sleep, but by creating enough safety for the nervous system to finally let go. And if you'd like to continue understanding your body in a calm, scientific, and compassionate way, don't forget to subscribe to Body Signals Lab, where we don't just talk about symptoms, we explore the root signals behind them, because lasting recovery always begins with understanding.